I mean, not knowing Theo, I mean, I'm wondering if he was influenced by Mamet. I could see, you know, I can understand why you would bring him up. But yeah, I mean, and I like David Mamet, but I don't think I was consciously thinking of his work when I was doing this. Yeah, music is important for me in films, and sometimes the lack of music is also important. I don't particularly like it when I'm watching a film if the score of the film or the source music is telling me how, you know, is attempting to tell me how to feel. So I try and be careful in that way, so that it has, you know, hopefully a more subtle effect on the audience. But I love music, and that's part of the fun of especially being in the editing room, you know, of trying things out. And also the first film I directed, Trees Lounge, was some of it was inspired by the music of you know, of what the character, the older character who hung out in the bar, the music that he would listen to on the jukebox, music of the Ink Spots and the Mills Brothers, just inspired all these scenes. I remember hearing, you know, the Ink Spot song, I Understand, for the first time, when I heard that song for the first time, and just getting this image of an old guy sitting in a bar listening to this song, and what that would mean. So yeah, music is, you know, very important and very inspiring, and I think an important part of film.
Non conoscendo Theo ovviamente personalmente non sono in grado di dire, di affermare se lui fosse stato influenzato dal cinema di David Mamet. Per quello che mi riguarda sicuramente sì, David Mamet non è stata nel mio caso una, come dire, una scelta conscia, cioè non ho consciamente pensato a David Mamet nella realizzazione di questo film. Per quello che riguarda invece la musica, devo dire che la musica secondo me è molto importante nel cinema, è importante nel film. A volte anche la mancanza, l'assenza di musica è importante nel film. Quello che non mi piace quando guardo un film è quando la colonna musicale, quando la musica cerca di dirmi cosa devo provare. Questo non mi piace, quindi sono molto attento quando realizzo i miei film nella scelta delle musiche che utilizzo per accompagnarle, e comunque credo che sia estremamente importante, e lo è per me in particolare anche quando sono nella sala montaggio, perché lì puoi sperimentare, puoi provare varie cose, puoi vedere se una cosa funziona o meno. Io comunque sono molto ispirato dalla musica, e per esempio nel film Trees Lounge, Mosche da Bar, il mio primo film, io in realtà lì la musica ha avuto per me molta importanza, e la musica anche che ascolta, diciamo che molte delle scene sono proprio incentrate per esempio sulle canzoni che, in particolare il personaggio più anziano che trascorre molto del tempo al bar, le musiche che lui ascolta al jukebox, quindi le musiche degli Ink Spots, dei fratelli Mills, hanno ispirato molte delle scene. Mi ricordo per esempio di aver ascoltato la canzone I Understand degli Ink Spots per la prima volta, e di aver immaginato immediatamente la scena di questa persona di una certa età che sta lì al bar a bere ed ascoltare musica. Quindi sicuramente è una fonte di ispirazione importante, ma sono molto accorto nelle scelte.
Ci sono 3 domande adesso, dopo le quali purtroppo dovevo finire questo incontro. Ci sei anche te?
Mi dispiace, perché there's an elephant in the room, Mr. Buscemi, of your wonderful film. I see it for the second time now. It's very compelling, and I expect to see the third. The question I want to ask is, how do you explain that this is the first homage by any filmmaker anywhere that I know of to the fact that the director, Theo Van Gogh, was murdered for a film he made? And where did you get the courage?
He was not murdered,
Because of a film he made.
but he was not murdered because of this film.
No. But this film would never have happened. At least not under your direction, under the direction of someone else. He hadn't been. It's the process of his producers trying. I understand that they approached you. Is that how it
Yeah.
happened?
This is a film that Theo wanted to remake
I know.
himself as an American film, along with two others. And I think for his friends who produced his films and his crew, they wanted to see that work continue. And so in that way, it would be a tribute to their friend. And I understand that. For myself, I could not have been involved in making this film if I didn't have some connection to the work.
Right.
And so I'm just purely going on the work itself, not knowing Theo. I mean, I know he was a very, in some ways, a controversial figure in Holland. I know he said some things that were pretty inflammatory, and that he was a provocateur, but I can just solely go on the work and this film, and I don't know. I didn't think it was
Dangerous?
but no, I don't see the danger in it. I'm not promoting his philosophy and his I was simply interested in remaking a film that I liked of his, and to me, on that simplest level, look, I mean, there's danger everywhere, and I don't think you can live your life in fear. And I mean, it would be a different story if I was specifically wanted to remake, the short film that, as,
No, I understand that, but
as
my
a
point
statement.
is that a director was killed for a movie that he made, and there has been no tribute anywhere, ever, at any film festival, in any circumstance. I've been in Europe and the United States that I know of, that has recognized the fact that a director, forget who it was, he didn't deserve to die, I hope you don't think.
No, I don't think he deserved to die at all. I think it's a tragedy that he was
Our
killed.
courageous colleagues who are very quick to demonstrate and sign manifestos and declare their contrariness to all sorts of things have never said a peep about the fact that their colleague was murdered because of the film he made. That's simply all that I'm stating, is that you are the first person to, by your work, which is the best way to do it, recognize and honor another director. Thank you.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. But that is, by the way, the best way that I felt that I could pay tribute to another filmmaker was making the best film that I could make, and so I'm glad to. Thank you.
These days, these boots are gonna walk all over you. Yeah. You keep lying when you ought to be truthin', and you keep losing when you ought to not bet.